Okay, this is Patricia, and we are going to do just a real quick walkthrough of how to get signed up at Mailchimp. So it's really pretty simple. You go over and you click on either of these red buttons down here or up here. So first you need to put in your email, a username, and your password. So I'm going to use an email that's easy for me to get to. And I'm going to pick a username. Okay, and then for the password, you need at least one lowercase character, one uppercase, one number, a special character, and at least 8 characters minimum. So, okay, it likes that password. Click the Get Started. And now I need to go and check my email. Okay, and here is the Activate Account email. Click on that. They want to make absolutely sure that we're really a human, that we're not a bot. So check the box. Okay, let's set this up. So now you need to tell them a bit about yourself. We're going to put in our first name and last name. Click continue. We need to tell them a bit about the business. What is the name of your business? Put in the website. Okay. You need to put in your physical address, and that is a CAN-SPAM FTC requirement. Now it can be your actual physical address or your post office box, so wherever it is that you get mail at. And then click continue. Are you selling anything online? And the reason they're asking is so that they can set up your account so that you can integrate your store with the account. I'm going to say yes. And then you can connect to social media. I'm going to connect my Facebook. Okay. It has a couple of different mailing lists that you might be interested in subscribing to an autoresponder series that'll help walk you through setup, design, reporting, just basically how to use it, as well as their newsletter. So I'm going to subscribe to both of them. And here is your dashboard. So now this is the basic setup. Your setup. And now we're going to walk through, we're going to look at how to set up a campaign, how to create a campaign, how to create a list, how to start building your audience. I'll get my domains verified. Oops. I'll get my domain verified. Actually, I already have the domain verified. And what they did is they sent me an email and I clicked on the link. So we're going to look at creating a campaign. Now, a campaign can be a single campaign, like a one-off campaign, like a newsletter. So you sent it this week, and that's one campaign, and when you send it next week, that will be another campaign. Okay. So they've got various kinds of campaigns, usual ones, plain text ones, RSS ones. So you might automate it with your website. You can test your campaign. There's a difference between templates and campaigns. Of course, a template is simply what you use to set up the email. A campaign is the actual email that goes out. Okay, so this is an article. So I'm going to go back. We're going to create a list. Even though there's nobody on it, you need to create a list first. This is some information on it. How do I actually do it? I need to click the button. That's what we need to do. Okay. So we're going to create a list. Hey, look at that. We're brand new. We don't have a list. Okay, so we're going to create a list. Okay. Subscribers are going to see this. So make sure it's, appropriate. So I'm going to call this the Equine Business Success main. I like to have a main list. The default from email address, which is the address that people will reply to. Okay. I use support at Equine Business Success because that goes over to my help desk so stuff doesn't get lost. Default from name. I like to use my name. And we're going to remind people how they signed up to the list. So you are getting this because you have to in at Equine Business Success.com. Okay, that's our contact email information for the list. I typically don't subscribe to notifications. It gets overwhelming for me. You may want to. So if you want to, you just check that. Check save. I'll click save. Okay. So now we have a list set up. Now we need to create a sign-up form. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is I need to verify my email address as my default from email address before setting up the sign-up form. Okay. To do that, we scroll down here and click this and click Send Verification Email. Okay. Now I have to go in on another browser. So I'm just going to pause the recording. Okay, and then I'll enter my verification code from my email. Click that. I had to go in another browser to do this. Okay. Okay, so now I like to send a welcome email. I'm going to let them pick plain text or HTML emails. I'm going to send subscribe confirmations to subscribers because sometimes people accidentally get unsubbed, or a spam filter or firewall or something might unsub you. So you want to send them that final confirmation email. Okay, so we're going to save the list and campaign defaults. Okay, so we're going to go over to sign up forms. And a general form is a form that you can create, and you don't need a web page for this. Okay, you'll be able to link over to it. See, here's the link for mine. Okay, so you would copy and paste that into, wherever that you were gonna, be marketing it. I don't like using recaptchas. I don't think I've had a problem with people signing up for spam, so I'm not going to use that. We're going to add a headline here. This one's going to be a little bit general because I don't actually have a specific campaign for it. Okay, so I'm going to put in, yes, Patricia, I want the free how to get some subscribers ebook. Okay, because this needs to be a headline, I want it to look a little bit different. I'm going to make it red. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And put 24 is good. 25. Okay. Okay. And now that's going to show up here. Okay. There's a certain order that I like my blocks here to be in. Names come before email addresses. That might just be me. I want this last name hidden because I do not want it required. Okay. No, last name. Okay. Make sure you save that. First name, I want required. Email address is automatically going to be required. We're going to be able to choose HTML or plain text. HTML is default. Okay. And we can come in and we can design the form a little bit more if we want to. Translate it over to other languages if you want to. Okay. That's pretty much that. Okay. So now we're going to look at the embedded forms. This is a form that you might put on your website. You might put it on your blog. Okay. So now it's a new form, so it doesn't have all of the things that we did to the last one. But yes, Patricia, I want the free ebook as an example. I'm going to do this. Okay, that's the preview for it. We're going to go over to the form builder because I want to make the first name required. Okay. Okay. I'm going to click on this. That, make it required. Save. Okay. I'm going to go back. Okay, so now the first name is required. Email address is required. And here's the code that you can use to put into your website, blog, send to your webmaster. If you're going to be putting it on a, for example, the sidebar of your blog is 300 pixels wide. You might want to make this 295 pixels wide. See how it's narrow now? And it'll fit in there. And it's automatically updated this code as well. So that's how you set up an opt-in list. I'm sorry, an opt-in form. Okay. Let's see if we can get back over to the dashboard. Okay. So now we're going to create a campaign. Okay. Let's try this. Paste emails to build a segment. Okay, no, never mind. It's actually sending out. Okay. Take a look at this. Okay. Okay, so Mailchimp does have autoresponders, kind of. What they have are automations. You have to have a paid account to use the automations. But what you can do with the free account is you can send like a weekly newsletter, which is going to be beneficial. And it can be a good place to start. Or you can go in and you can upgrade so that you can get to the automation. If you're just beginning, setting up a welcome email and then just making sure that you send out a regular newsletter is probably enough. So this is how that we use Mailchimp.